Uh-oh. Timothee himself has turned the public against him following his comments on ballet and opera. Or has this ire actually been building for a long time? Timothee Chalamet sat down with Matthew McConaughey. I'm laughing at the way that I had it spelled because I don't know how to spell it. For a CNN and Variety town hall. They went over a few topics regarding the arts, including AI, which I don't care to get into right now. I have AI fatigue. What has blazed through the internet like a wildfire are Timothee's comments on opera and ballet. Timothee... I don't know, something about being named Timothy is so funny. Timothee says opera and ballet are dying art forms that no one cares about anymore. His point was a counter to something Matthew had said. Matthew said scripts are written now to get to the tension and the conflict too quickly because people want the quicker gratification rather than taking the time to introduce the world and the characters. Timothee said if audiences want slower paced projects, they'll see them. He cited Frankenstein's success specifically. Then he backtracks by saying he thinks the act of going to the movie theater and enjoying a movie is a dying art form that he, as an actor, is fighting to keep alive. But he doesn't want to fight to keep something alive if the people simply don't care. Then likens it to the act of fighting to keep these theater arts alive.
People desire things that are more patient and that pull you in. I know, but point being, I think even like Frankenstein, which is like a hugely popular movie this year, I didn't think that pacing was extraordinarily fast. I admire people, and I've done it myself. You want to talk to them about, hey, we got to keep movie theaters alive. You know, we got to keep this genre alive. And another part of me feels like if people want to see it, like Barbie, like Oppenheimer, they're going to go see it and go out of their way to be loud and proud about it. And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, you know, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there.
In trying to make that point, however, he unnecessarily takes a dig at these very valid forms of art, which are not dying, by the way. Therein lies the entire problem. Humans do this thing. We all do. If we don't particularly care about something, we say no one does. It's very egotistical. It's very not self-aware. It sounds like, well, if I don't care about this thing, no one else possibly could. Very douchey. To take it a step further, he's just wrong. Opera and ballet aren't my thing either, but I'm not going to pretend their performances are only selling 5 tickets each. Nor am I going to pretend I don't have immense respect for the discipline and dedication and physical strength it takes. I'm not stupid. Theater arts as a whole have been prominent entertainment forms for thousands of years, and they're still going strong. They're not going anywhere.
Hey, by the way, opera is 400 years old. Ballet is 500 years old. Somebody named Timothee Chalamet had the nerve, big guy, by the way, had the nerve to say on camera that nobody cares about it. I'm sure you can walk into an opera theater right now, seats will be filled out, and nobody's saying a word as the performance is going because everybody has that much respect for it. There is an etiquette around opera. There's etiquette around ballet. It's amazing. It's an amazing theater medium. It's fucking beautiful. And people go there every day to the dance studio. Dancers show up 8 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever the fuck. They show up and they break and they bleed every single day just because they have respect for it. They love it. They love what they do. It doesn't matter if the industry is having a tough time at any time, which a lot of industries have a tough time. Your industry has a tough time. My industry has a tough time. Doesn't mean people don't care about it. People care. The dancers care. The singers care. The audience cares. There's still an audience. People give a fuck. You show up in a nice outfit, you sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. That's the usual etiquette around those things. Maybe learn something from that.
If you feel that movie-going as an art form is dying, well, your chosen field didn't really last that long in comparison. What has it been? A century? That's rough. Of course, if one truly believes going to the movie theater is a dying art form, perhaps we should consider some possible factors as to why that is. Timothee here is American, so I'm gonna give American examples. COVID. Yeah, I know, it was a worldwide pandemic, but like, America dealt with it the absolute worst. Streaming services boomed during the pandemic and we never really shook them off. Rampant shootings. People are scared to go out and live their lives. Now we have the addition of the ICE terrorists. No one is risking getting snatched and or shot to go see this haunted twink on a big screen. I had to include that because this comment is so funny. Haunted twink is so funny. Capitalism. People can't even afford food. They sure as shit aren't gonna spend money on a movie ticket and a $10 drink when they can't. But you know, Timothee Chalamet, arm piece to billionaire Kylie Jenner, isn't gonna talk about any of that. People also found it particularly odd because the school he went to is a performing arts school. The principal even gave him the "I'm not mad, just disappointed" talking to in an Instagram post. We are so incredibly proud of our own Timothee Chalamet, and he tagged him. A LaGuardia alum who has become one of the most celebrated actors of his generation. We cheer for him loudly and with great love. And it is because of that love that I feel compelled to respond to his recent comments about opera and ballet. At LaGuardia, we do not rank art forms. We believe that if a single performance, a single note, a single brushstroke, a single movement across a stage touches even one person, it is worthy, it matters, it is very much alive. I think this is beautifully said. I feel the same way, as an artist myself. Timothy, you yourself once said, I grew up backstage at the New York City Ballet. My grandmother danced there. My mother danced there. My sister danced there. You come from this world. We know your heart and we know you know better. To every student here studying opera, ballet, or any art the world may tell them no one cares about, we see you. Keep going. With pride and purpose, Principal Marois. This is so embarrassing for Timothy. I wouldn't be embarrassed if my high school did this to me. I graduated with a 3.0 or less GPA, and they had to force me to do community service that I skipped, which was a requirement for graduation. I was also mean and quiet. I would be like, if you guys expected more from me, that's your problem. But I'm not a big-time Hollywood artiste betraying my roots. Here's his mother in costume for a production of On 2nd Avenue back in 1987. Prior to Broadway, as said in the post, she danced ballet with the New York City Ballet. His sister, Pauline, went to school for ballet before transitioning into acting, and the grandmother was mentioned as well. As cited in the post, Timothy himself has spoken about this, and recently, which makes his comments even weirder.
So in a previous interview, you had mentioned you danced. Or
Exactly.
your sister liked to dance.
I grew up backstage at the New York City Ballet. My grandmother danced in the New York City Ballet, my mother danced in the New York City Ballet, my sister danced in the New York City Ballet. I grew up dreaming big backstage at the Coke Theater in New York.
What Doja Cat said about the respect and etiquette around theater art, he should already know this. He was raised in it. He should know the history and the care. It very much gives, I wasn't good enough to get into this field, so now I'm bitter about it. Principal Marois said, we know your heart, we know you know better. I have to disagree. I mean, maybe you knew his heart 13 years ago when he was 17. I don't know when he left school. But as other people are pointing out, perhaps we're all just finding out in real time that Timothy isn't an artist. He just had a good PR team that wanted you to think he was this pretentious, sensitive artist. Timothy is a celebrity. That's his heart. Like, way to totally diminish what all the women you grew up around worked really hard for and were clearly passionate about. Which has also led people to believe that since ballet and opera are largely women-dominated or seen as feminine arts, of course he doesn't give them credit where they are due. After his comment about how no one cares about opera or ballet, he acknowledges it was a controversial thing to say that's gonna piss people off.
I just lost 14 cents in viewership, but damn, I just took shots.
He then remarks, I just lost 14 cents in viewership. Yikes! Which presents us yet another problem. Firstly, before the upset even happens, in real time, he's not taking it seriously. He's apathetic. Secondly, he's saying he sees you as nickels and pennies. He's verbally measuring the worth of his audience to nickels and pennies. If that isn't a reflection of what he truly cares about, I don't know what is. Remember how he said he doesn't want to be fighting for a dying art form like movie-going? That tells me he never cared about the art of filmmaking and acting to begin with. He cared about having eyes on him all over the world. If no one's watching, what's in it for him? That's purely theorizing, of course, but I do think I have a leg to stand on here. I'm a small YouTuber. I often have very few eyeballs on me, but I love making videos, so I continue to do it. Just something to think about. This isn't even the first or second time he's taken a dig at opera and ballet.
No woe is me thing, but you start working on movies, you start acting, like pursuing your thing, and like I started to get the sense maybe it was like opera or ballet or something. It's kind of like a dying art form or something.
I love movies, I love acting, I love going to movies. I was kind of getting scared when I was younger that maybe it was becoming like opera or something, like an outdated art form or something.
So what is his beef? Are you mad? Is what I said true? Are you mad you just didn't have the skill to excel in these areas, Timmy T? Before I let you go, following this explosion of backlash, people resurfaced past comments he made about people who choose not to have kids. Big eye roll. You know when people bring up something that has come and gone and start digging further and further back? You're cooked. You have pissed people off, dude. BuzzFeed writes, the Vogue writer noted that Timmy recalled watching someone he refused to name bragging about not having kids and how much time it afforded them to do other stuff in an interview. Timmy and his friends, who were watching the interview together, turned to each other like, holy shit, oh my god, bleak. The author noted that while Timmy acknowledged that some people can't have children or are never in a position to, he believes that procreation is the reason we're here. I think it's bleak that people who want kids can't seem to shut the ever-loving up about people who don't. You see absolutely no purpose in your own life or your own autonomy. You see no reason for your own existence outside of caring for a child. That's on you. Not everyone is like that. I am a complete person without a child. Don't look at her. If you have no identity until you become a parent, great. Leave the rest of us alone. Also, procreation is the reason we're here. It's just right-wing bullshit. It's the reason you're here. I know you're French, but stop swinging that we around. But this man has a years-long relationship with Kylie Jenner. None of this happening now should be a surprise to anybody. A good person with good morals would never in a million years willingly get involved with that freak show of a family. So, yes, I do think this ire has been a long time coming. It was inevitable. And to anyone who was praising Matthew McConaughey for supposedly not having it because he made a disgruntled face for a millisecond, please get off your knees and stop being so easy for men. He literally laughed and validated what Timothy was saying.
Damn, I just took shots for no reason.
That's not a shot. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's not praise men for doing literally nothing. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you into theater arts? Tell me a production you'd like to see. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.